Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, so today we're going to be bringing you the top tips and tricks for the Galaxy A52. Now, mine is the international version, which is a 4G dual SIM model, but there is also the 5G variant, the non-dual SIM version. So please note that depending on which variant you have, things might look a little bit different, but you are going to get almost 5 hours longer battery if you do everything I tell you, as well as you will get definitely much faster speeds all around. So let's get started and help you out get the best experience possible with this phone. All right, now the first thing I always love to share is something called link sharing. What this is very important. It allows you to share a 4K video over text message, over email, and have it be perfect quality. You can share it with an iPhone user, you can share it with a computer, it doesn't matter. You can share it and it's going to be perfect quality. Now, in order to do this, you do need a Samsung account, so you have to sign into that first. Create one if you need to, go to settings, go to accounts, and set up your Samsung account, and then you can go ahead and do this feature. When we go over here, we're going to see videos I have on this device. So if I want to share these, I'm just gonna highlight 3 of them, hit share, and then I am going to go to link sharing right here. And link sharing, again, will allow me to share this perfect quality if, again, I do have a Samsung account only. And once I do, I can copy this link, send it to someone, or send it through any of these different apps that I have on my device. So what this does is basically they're gonna get a link, they can download your video, perfect quality. Now you do have to wait for the video to fully upload, especially as me, I got about half a gig there. So once the video is fully uploaded, then you're all set and you can share these files. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna speed up the home screen. See, the home screen can move rather slow because of this section here. Now, depending on your country, again, you will have either Google Discover or Samsung O or both. I don't care for either one, so I will get rid of them and just have a faster moving home screen all the way around. So that's just gonna be a lot easier and smoother experience for your overall speed of your device. Then, depending on your country, you can get something called Good Lock. Now, Good Lock is going to make your phone much, much better once you get it. So you're going to search right here for Good Lock. And right here, you'll be able to download this. And this is from Samsung. And what this gives you access to is new features that Samsung doesn't give you stock out of the box, but features that are very helpful. I myself love clock face, love multi-star, so you can do better multitasking. Home up is a really good one, allows you to do really great things. And definitely, I love one-handed operation. That will allow me to bounce back between apps, go back, and even hold long to do Google Assistant. So really great things you can do with this Good Lock. And we do have a video on Good Lock itself, so make sure to check that out on our channel as well to get an in-depth feel and how to use it. All right, so from there we're gonna go to settings and we're gonna begin our descent to change everything that you need to on this phone to get the best overall speed and performance with better battery life. Okay, so first thing we're gonna go to is Wi-Fi connections. And we're gonna go right there and we're gonna hit these little 3 dots and we're gonna go to advanced. Now, how do you want to set this up? You want to switch to mobile data, turn Wi-Fi on automatically. Basically, all of these should be highlighted. If you do not have these highlighted, again, it's just better off too, so that you'll automatically switch to Wi-Fi locations when you have it, and you're going to get better overall signal in the long run. So just make sure these 4 are highlighted and you'll be all set. Then I do like to turn on an NFC. That is going to allow you to do payments with either Samsung Pay or with Google Pay, depending on which one you use. So I turn that on. Then I go to mobile networks, and depending on your carrier, now this one isn't the 5G variant, But if you do have the 5G model, switch it to LTE if you do not have a lot of 5G signal around you. You can check if there are 5G antennas around you, but basically if you're not getting really faster speeds, switch to LTE and see if you actually have a better speed with that. Because a lot of people, including myself at home, I have 5G phones. I always have it at LTE only because it gives me basically about almost 2 hours longer battery life when I've switched to that on this kind of device. So it really will help you if you have the 5G model to switch to there, and you're gonna see much better battery life. All right, then from there we're going to go to sounds and vibrations. You're gonna scroll down and then go to right here, sound quality and effects. From here, you're gonna wanna turn on a couple of things. You're gonna wanna turn on Dolby Atmos and Dolby Atmos for gaming so that you have better sound quality. Also an equalizer if you do have a specific one in style. But the number one thing you're gonna wanna do is right here, adapt sound. So what you're gonna do for this is you're going to put on some headphones, whether it be Bluetooth or wired, it doesn't matter. And you're gonna actually test your hearing. What this is gonna do, it's going to be a night and day difference for your sound quality on this device. You will hear such a difference, and I wish every phone had this. You go through basic testing to hear beeps, and make sure what your right ear can hear and what your left ear can hear, and trust me, it will be so good. And leave it in the comment section after you do this what you thought about that difference. Okay, and then we're going to go to notifications, and this is something that some people used to like, having that blinking light on the top of your screen. Well, what Samsung has is an alternative to that, which is under brief pop-up settings. You can actually turn on edge lighting style. So basically when you get a notification, you can kind of turn it on to see what kind of notification you'll get. So this is really helpful because it can do a lot of different things to grab your attention and make sure you know, hey, you have a notification. You can change the color, you can go to more advanced settings, all this kind of stuff, but it's just a really great thing to be able to see what you are missing. Then also under notifications, you're gonna go to advanced settings. There's a couple things here. One, I would make sure you have 3 most recent if you don't want to have so many notifications on here. I like 3 most recent, they're very simple and easy to get. Also, show battery percentage. That's gonna be a big thing that everyone always likes, to be able to see their percentage of battery life. And then you can also do things like notification reminders right here. So this will actually notify you basically if you haven't got your notification every 15 minutes, like, hey, you're still missing this notification. Really good if you're the type that always forgets about, oh yeah, I forgot to get back to that kind of suggestions. And also, if you want to, you can use floating notifications, which are pop-ups and bubbles, basically different ways of kind of floating around bubbles or full-blown pop-ups to actually go in the middle of your screen and have it reply that way. All right, then we're going to go to display down here. And the first thing you're gonna wanna do, if you haven't already, is match my color of the screen and go to dark mode. Dark mode itself saves you about 2 hours of battery life in comparison to light, especially if you have the brightness turned up. This is going to be the biggest thing that will drain your batteries if you have light mode on there, because dark mode is definitely going to save you more battery. What happens is your screen, when it's completely black, the screen pixel is off on that little section, meaning you are actually saving battery life because you're not using the light energy. So simple and easy. And I just always have it on. You can do it as scheduled, but again, this just is going to save you more battery life, so just leave it there. And then this part, this is what a lot of people get messed up, and that is they turn adaptive brightness on. That actually does lower your battery life because you have a constant sensor always testing to see where you're currently at with your brightness. If you actually just turn it to around here is a good way, about 80%, 70% brightness, you're gonna be good. Where that line is, that's about 90%. So once you pass that, you are getting super bright, and that will drain your battery faster. So leaving it right about here will give you good brightness, as well as being able to save battery life by not having a sensor continuously on. Now, smooth motion, depending on your region, you're going to have either 90 hertz or 120 hertz display capability with here. It'll either be called smooth motion or motion smoothness. Now, high is going to be a smoother overall experience, which I do enjoy. But if you do turn this off, you're going to get about 45 minutes longer battery life. So I will leave this up to you, but for me, I do like it on. Check the difference, see if you even notice it. If you don't, like my parents wouldn't, so I would leave them on standard, but just so you get to choose. Eye shield comfort is really a good thing to have. It's just definitely going to be simple and easy to be able to have at night so that you won't have any problems going to sleep. Set your time and you should be set. Screen mode, I think everyone buys Samsung phones to get that vivid brightness, but if you do like more natural tones, you do have that ability as well. And you can also do more advanced things if you know that area. Then we're going to scroll down here. First thing I would do, turn screen timeout instead of 15 seconds and 30 seconds to at least a minute. Because I do videos, I leave it up to 5 minutes, but I would leave it to a minute on average, just so your screen isn't constantly turning on and off. It's just a better way for your phone to be. Then edge panels. So edge panels are going to be these things that you can swipe on the side to be able to do certain things. I like them because they allow you to pair multi-split screen windows. So if you want to do split screen, this is a really good way to go to have an edge panel there. The navigation bar. So if you do buttons instead of swipe gestures, you have a constant black bar there, which does save you a little bit more battery life. I am used to the gestures, so I do like them. This is how I have it set up. So it's up to you whether you want to have it any different. You can also do gesture hints if you're always like, oh wait, where do I swipe? And it'll have these little gray bars right there to kind of show you where you're swiping from. Accidental press protection, you do want that so that if it doesn't go off in your wallet or your purse. Touchscreen sensitivity, you basically want that turned on if you do have a screen protector on here. I do not, but if I did put a screen protector on here, I would definitely turn that on so that it would be much better. Show charging information. This is always good to see if you're using a different charger than the Samsung one to see if it's charging too slow or even too fast. Okay, and here, home screen. One thing that I highly recommend if you do not change your home screen often, do this. Lock your home screen layout so that it will not change on you. This is something that I always do, again, for my parents, just because they accidentally press it and it ends up all over the place. I hit this so it's locked and they can't move apps around to make new folders, new screens. Definitely do this. It's one of the best features that Samsung has that other Androids still don't have. I would also do these two for just a better experience. Swipe down on your home screen to get your notifications, and then you can rotate it so you can also have your home screen in landscape. We're going to go to lock screen, and in lock screen there are two important parts for here, and that is first smart lock. Smart lock is really important. It basically allows you to bypass your password when you don't need to use it. So when places you have basically confidence and you're safe that you don't need a password protection phone, this is where you want to turn smart lock on. So maybe at home you do not need your password. You can have it so that when you get to your home area, password's not required. Maybe you can do this at work. Maybe you can do it when you're connected to your smartwatch. These are all options you can do. The number one that I recommend anyone do is when you have it connected to your phone, to your car. Because when this is set up, then you do not need to type in your password, use your fingerprint password, anything like that when you have it connected to your car. Simple and easy, you just swipe then, and you don't need to fumble with your phone if you happen to need to use it quickly when you're driving. So this is a great way to set up that so that you don't have to worry about your password when using your car. The other thing is always on display. So for always on display, this is one thing that I love to always show. However, if you do tap to show, it will save you battery life, about half an hour on this one. And this is going to save you battery life, but I do love to always show so that every time my screen is off, I can always at least see my time, date, and any messages that I have gotten. So I just really love it for that purpose. Then we're going to go to biometrics and security. So for here, there's going to be, again, two things that I want to go over. First one is Find My Mobile. This will be active if you already have set up your Samsung account. And what this allows you to do is find your Samsung device wherever it is by your phone sign in. And you can also lock it, put a message on here, and even completely erase it. If someone happened to steal it, at least they won't get your information. So this is a really great way to always be able to find your device no matter where you are just by signing in. Then you have Secure Folder. Now this is a pretty big one. I have done separate videos on this. If you want a more in-depth one, I can do that. But basically, Secure Folder is having a separate phone. So basically you can either have a public phone and a private phone, or most people would probably want a work phone and a home phone and personal phone. So what this allows you to do is basically separate your two phones entirely. Once you set this up, you will have a work side which does not have access to your personal side. So basically if you have to sign into an email and they can have access to everything on your phone, sign in through here and they have no access to your personal space. Secondly, you can also do a public and a private side. So maybe you have public apps that you want everyone to see, a public gallery that you want everyone to see. So that will be on this side. And then when you go into Secure Folder, you have a different Instagram, a different Snapchat, a different gallery that is separate from your regular one. Really simple and easy. If you want a more in-depth video, let me know in the comment section. Now we're going to swipe all the way down to advanced features. Now from here, we're going to go into a couple of different things. So link to Windows, this is really good. Basically, if you have a PC, you can set this up, link to a Windows using your Microsoft account. And what that will do is actually allow you to text message from your computer while this is in the same Wi-Fi location, or even if you want to use mobile data. Very helpful, very easy, and something that of course is a must to set up if you just want a more easier experience. That way when you're on your computer, you can actually pick up a phone call, text message, whatever you need to do right on your computer without ever lifting up your phone. Then you have side key. Now this is very important. You want to set these two up. Quickly launch your camera with a double press of your power button, or your side key as they call it. And then the other one is going to be holding it down to do power off. By default, it was on Bixby for me, so it's just something you want to change so you can have a better overall experience. Then we go to motions and gestures. Now you can go ahead and take a look at how I have it. These are what I recommend to turn on or off. Basically, you can think of motions and gestures as using the accelerometer and different parts of the phone to be able to always be on in order to do these gestures. However, if you don't need them, turn them off. Just that simple. That way you will have it off and it won't be distracting you when you have it on. This uses, there's so many sensors that are being used. So again, this is how I have it. If you want lift to wake up or whatever you kind of want, then put it on there, but these are how I have it to save maximum battery life. One-handed mode, it's always good because this is a big screen, so I have it so when I swipe down, it will automatically go to one-handed mode. Very simple and easy to use, and just tap anywhere outside of the box to make it big again. Bixby Routines. Now I recommend setting up whichever routines you like for yourself, but I have a personal set of them. I like to do like work. When I get home, I like Wi-Fi to automatically turn on. So as soon as I get in this geolocation, my Wi-Fi will turn on. When I connect to my car, it will automatically turn off because I don't need Wi-Fi being used constantly while I'm driving, trying to connect to all these different towers. These are things that you can set up really simple and easy, but Bixby Routines, you can see what other people have set up, make your own. If you do this, then this happens. Very simple and easy to understand, but these are things, again, when I go to my mom's house, Wi-Fi turns on because it was off while I was driving. If I'm gaming, I don't want notifications or distractions. If I'm working, I want it to be on vibrate as soon as I get to my job. So these are just different kind of things that you have the ability to set up and give yourself a much better experience. Then you also want to be able to have Game Launcher on. What this does is it puts all of your games in one space. So if you are a gamer and you play lots of different games, this will keep your app drawer a lot cleaner than it would be having lots and lots of screens, because none of my games are here. They're all in Game Launcher. So just a simple and quick way to organize all your games, even if your kids are playing the games. Again, that way they're out of the way. Now we're gonna go to battery and device care. This is gonna be the maximum area where we're gonna save battery life, so make sure to do everything here to get a huge upgrade in battery. First thing we're gonna do is hit these little 3 dots, and then we're going to go to automation. From here, you're gonna wanna turn these 2 on. Auto optimize daily and auto restart at set times. So what auto optimize daily does is it gets rid of cache and all these apps that are building up and using up your RAM, your storage, and everything like that, basically running in the background. So doing this once a day at 3 a.m. will keep this phone faster. With that same train of thought, restarting your device actually is a really good thing for your phone. Most people really don't restart their device at least once a week, which is definitely recommended to keep it at top speed and top performance. I happen to reset it twice in a week, so I do it Sundays and Thursdays at 3 a.m. if I'm not using it, if it's charging, if it's above 30%, all these kind of things need to happen in order for it to happen. So if you're using it, don't worry, but 3 a.m. I found is a good time for me when I'm not going to be using my phone. Okay, and then we're going to go to battery. Now from here, you're going to want to set up all the limited background operations. So go to background usage limits and then go to deep sleep apps. As you can see, I have a lot of apps on mine. So what this is basically any app that you do not use often or you do not need to run in the background. So again, you only do this with apps. You do not need to run in the background. So for me, none of my games I need to run in the background. So I want them off. My banking apps, my insurance, my, all these different things, my shopping apps, all of these different things, I don't need to run in the background. So for any app that you don't, you put in this area. And as you can see, I have a lot of apps and I put them all in here. Now, apps that I might not do is something like Amazon shopping. I really actually do use that often and I don't want to close when I'm not using it and then I want to go back to it. Say something like a game, definitely I would want to do that with. Any kind of interface, a lot of these basically I would definitely want to do. Ones that I wouldn't are maybe something like Facebook. Maybe I want that to run in the background. Maybe my email, Gmail, definitely want that to run in the background. So anything that you want to keep active in the background, you do not add, but anything that you don't care about, want to make sure it stops in the background, you put on here, and there are a lot of apps that I definitely put on here. So this might take you some time, but once you're all set up, again, I have over 100 plus apps in here, you're definitely going to have a much better experience by doing that. All right, then the last bit we're gonna go to is an oldie but a goodie, and this will help speed up your overall movement and flow on your phone. So we're going to go to About Device, and we're going to go to Software Information, and then you're going to go to Build Number, which mine is right here. You're just gonna tap that repeatedly. And once that's all set up, what I now have access to is developer options. So we're gonna go back and swipe up, and now there's a new thing called developer options down here. And what you're gonna wanna do here is scroll down and go to the section that says drawing category. So I'm going to swipe all the way down, and here it is, the drawing category. Now with the drawing category, you're going to want to change 3 things that say animation and scale. So if you change these 3 things, your overall phone speed is going to move much quicker now. You're just going to have a better overall experience, and you will definitely notice it right away. This is going to just basically, again, improve your overall movement, especially if you do have the 90 Hertz or 120 Hertz version of this phone. It's going to move much, much quicker. All right, guys, hopefully you did like this in-depth video. Please give a like, thumbs up down below if it was helpful for you. And remember, I will be doing the camera setup video in a separate video, so make sure to subscribe for that because we'll make sure you get the absolute best photo and video quality possible on this smartphone. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.